YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you with another J Talks Crypto. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. We talking about a whole lot of Bitcoin today, and we talking about some Toshi. Market starting to see that bounce off of that 96 range, which is exactly the price target, by the way, guys, that I told you guys. I feel like Bitcoin is going to drop between 102 and 106. Just want to show you guys as proof, because I did share it over on my Twitter. I've been talking about this for weeks now, and as you guys can see, I shared this on the 29th, and it says, this is why I say it's so dangerous betting against the trend. I'm looking for the cheapest Bitcoin I can get. I said a few weeks ago that I have an order in at 102 and one in at 96K. Bitcoin might fall under that. I said that I was talking about this a few weeks ago, and I said that on October 29th. We're on the 14th of November today. So again, we were maybe a full month or more early on this price prediction, as well as we've just been talking about a lot of the things that were already going on the channel. Now we got some more things that have played out between today and yesterday that I want to talk about for those of you guys who are bullish on this level of support. Now I did say that I would have a order in at 102 and then another order in at 96, because I do think that these are solid levels of support. But I just want to show you guys why I think that. One, let's look at the total market cap over here, right? We're on coinmarketcap.com. This is a website I can use. You can use any website you want. So you guys can see Bitcoin coming in, was just coming in at 96, bounced off to that 97 range. Couple things starting to look pretty decent on this chart now, which again, this is a little bit what I was hoping for, but then at the same time, like, it's hard to say because today is Friday and I don't look for markets to move on a Friday. To me, it should have already moved on a Thursday. Little concerned, definitely paying attention to the market today. As you guys can see, total market cap coming in at 3.43%. Fear Greed Index coming in at 22. And I just feel like a little bit the sentiment does not feel quite right. But you guys can see we are drifting all the way back into this red, which again is a time where I'm looking to actually be accumulating Bitcoin when the Fear Greed Index is in the red. I know that's not popular. I know everybody loves to buy Bitcoin at an all-time high, but I actually, call me crazy, I like this stuff when it's cheap, and when nobody likes it, when everybody stops talking about it, is actually when I like it the most. So as you guys can see, our altcoin season is starting to actually tick back up to 32. The other day it was at 20 something, but our Fear Greed Index is ticking back to 22. So maybe we're starting to see Bitcoin lose a little bit of dominance. I'd have to check on that. But you could see our RSI, which is the indicator that I was telling you guys yesterday, that maybe we might find a level of support pretty soon, and we might see a squeeze happen pretty soon, because one, we just had a huge liquidation, right, of a bunch of longs. And a lot of the time when you have a huge liquidation of a bunch of longs, you know, especially in a trend like we're in right now, I just want to talk about it because, again, as a trader, this is, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I'm just the homie. So don't go buying anything or anything like that. But again, when you have a trend that's going like this, right, this thing is already turned over. This thing has already shown indication that we need, in my opinion, to see some more sell-off. I don't think that this is quite the floor, but I do think that we're going to see a short stop probably even happen maybe this weekend or maybe on Monday based off of this chart. And that's, again, also what I said I didn't really want to see, because I don't like when the price moves on Monday. I know some people get so excited. I don't know how many times you guys have to get shown that the price does not move on a Monday. Well, usually when it's a fake out, the price will move on a Monday. But again, we're at a key level of support here. We bounced right off these lower ranges. Actually, we dropped all the way down to 94K Bitcoin, and we caught some support. Now Bitcoin coming in at a 97. This is a pretty significant drop, but at the same time, I do think that a possible further drop will be necessary in order for Bitcoin to start to see some healthier levels. Again, I don't think that this is a healthy Bitcoin right now, and I think that that will take time. So we'll see how things play out. Again, I told you guys just kind of what I think. These are just my thoughts, right? And just kind of think out loud. But 82% of people still bullish. Some people say like if you're not selling. Again, a lot of people saying BTC hold. We got the picture of Michael Saylor. This guy talking about looks like what, the RSI, net unrealized profit. Fear is high. So okay, interesting. Let's see what kind of chart this guy has up. I'm not familiar with it. I'm really not familiar with it, actually. I don't know what the heck this guy's talking about. I don't use that. I mean, we used a ton of indicators, in our video that we made maybe 2 days ago, we looked at pretty much every long-term indicator, and that's what kind of led us to the conclusion that Bitcoin needs to see some sell-off. Now this guy's saying also what I just said at the beginning of the video, right? BTC oversold again. Never bought in a very long time. Not overbought in a very long time. Right. He's right. He is right. Bitcoin is in that oversold zone. Again, I was telling you guys that's the only bullish indicator that we have, though, is that Bitcoin is now sitting oversold, which again is why I think that there will be, well, not I think that there will be. How about that? There will be a short stop that will come in because that's the way the market works. So I do expect that these things will fall down very fast, and then there's going to be this like pump, but it's just really going to depend on what day of the week that happens on. Again, we don't want to see that happen on Monday. I don't want to see it happen on Sunday either. I don't want to see this price go shooting back up over the weekend. I want to see this price go down if I'm bullish on Bitcoin. And I know that that is a crazy thing to say if you're new to the market and you don't really understand how a market cycle works, or even how our cycle reacts during the week. But again, I do want Bitcoin to drop down, create healthier levels of support, and then on Thursday start, people will start showing their true market sentiment, right? Because generally we would normally see sell-off going into the weekend. So that's fully what I expect. I do expect Bitcoin to start breaking down going into the weekend. Again, I talked about that yesterday, and we already see Bitcoin drop all the way down from 97 all the way to 94 today. But I do think that there's more than likely going to be a rejection here, and I'm not really going to be bullish even if we do break out because it's the weekend. I would like to see us, in a bullish case scenario, right? Like, I would like to see us reclaim 100K, bro, before we start having a conversation of, is this trend turning over? Can we have a reverse in the trend? Because right now, honestly, there's a lot of people that are in the market that are saying that this is a bullish scenario, and I really don't get it. I don't get it, other than the fact that either they're inexperienced or they're lying, because it's just not true. So I just want to also talk to you guys. I'm sorry. Oops. Not that. We want to go over to the deck screener, and I just want to show you guys some of the price action that's going on Toshi right now, because again, I do expect that we're going to see a lot of volatility coming into the market. So again, I just want to kind of see what levels we're at over on Toshi. Toshi coin actually up 2% today. Still showing signs of life. Again, we're sitting at that 200 million mark, and this is a range that is really very familiar for Toshi. This coin has been in this range for a long time. We talked about this bottom Keltner channel. I even told you guys my bearish case scenario. If Bitcoin did want to drop down, I do think that a retest of possibly like 160 million would be possible, and then ultimate bearish case scenario, maybe we retest at 130 something million. But yeah, we'll see kind of what happens with this chart, because again, we're still flowing inside the trend line barely, and we do still have levels of support. So on the weekly, right, our weekly is still kind of intact. Our daily is kind of doing what we talked about yesterday, right? We created this bear flag and we're starting to break down on it. And I told you that that would probably happen because Bitcoin was also creating a bear flag. But you guys could see in the past hour, with this little market movement, Toshi is absolutely starting to print. So these people are still buying this up. You guys could see big buy orders. This guy just dropped, $5,500 in. So people are still actively buying. You're getting big buy orders. People dropping like 6,000, another 5,000 order. A lot of people loading bags right now. So again, I don't think that this coin is dead. I don't think this community is dead at all. Not in any way. I don't think that even the market is dead, guys, to be honest with you. I think that these corrections are necessary, and these things happen in order to get out all the paper hands, and we do need to get out the paper hands. There's too many, guys. I'm telling you, I've been through many cycles. I've seen how these guys come and go. I see how a lot of guys will come and then start talking about stupid projects. This is why I said, make sure you're accumulating things that you're interested in. We even talked about the RSI. We talked about where we were in the extreme greed state. We talked about all these things, guys. I mean, again, nobody can predict the top, just like nobody can predict the bottom. But like, we've honestly been doing I've been doing extremely solid job on these TAs. I'm just saying. So again, if you guys haven't been kind of seeing and knowing what kind of it was looking like, look at our fear greed index, bro. again, they were talking about that RSI, right? This is another indicator that I feel like we got to be close to a bottom, bro. We really have to be close to a bottom. I don't. Andrew Tate said like 50 something K or something. I'm like, bro, no, dummy. But I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but that is not normal to see in a Bitcoin correction. That would be like some kind of crazy black swan falling knife event. And I just don't think that that is what we're seeing here. You can see on our all-time chart. I've been saying accumulation zone, bro. Every time we drop down in here into this zone right here, is it not has not historically been the best time to be accumulating Bitcoin? Every time, as a matter of fact, we've dropped down into this orange zone. I've told you guys that. And look what has happened every time that we've dropped into that orange zone. Now, I'm not telling you that just because this has happened in the past is necessarily going to happen in the future, but I will tell you that, again, we're in the orange zone here, getting pretty close to the red. Will we touch red? I don't really know, but I told you guys that I was a buyer in this zone, didn't I? I told you guys that at 96, right? You saw it on X. So I don't want anybody saying, yeah, but I don't think you said that. No, I did. I did. I've been saying it for weeks, months, even that this is possibly going to happen. And again, I gave you the exact number. Like, how crazy is that? That's pretty spot on. So again, we're looking at that fear greed index showing that this is an accumulation zone, showing that all-time fear is starting to set in. And then now we also have an RSI that's looking over here to be oversold, and it's at a 41 on the RSI. Yesterday it was lower, as a matter of fact. So again, are we going to start seeing that huge move happen soon? Are we going to start seeing some liquidations coming in on some of these shorts, some of these guys that are being greedy on the way down? One thing that you have to know about this market and why it's so volatile is, one, they don't want you to hold any Bitcoin, really. It's Bitcoin that they care about. They don't care about anything else, really. Maybe a little bit of Ethereum, maybe XRP a little bit, Solana a tiny bit, but they really don't care about anything but Bitcoin, just so you know that. And they don't want you to be accumulating Bitcoin. They don't want you to have no Bitcoin. So they're going to shake out your paper hands. You know, economy is going to get rough on you. Prices of things are going to go up. It's going to be crazy. Guys, we literally even talked about a stimulus check last year. I swear to you, I said, in times of stagflation, in times where the market is not moving, just moving sideways, our government will print money, and that's what a stimulus is. It's to stimulate the economy. This is exactly what happened last time during COVID, right before our market went absolutely ham. So again, I don't think that we're at the top of the cycle. Certain things indicate things that should be happening in the market. My concern with this administration, and again, I'm not trying to talk about nobody at all. I'm not being political on this at all. I'm speaking from a market standpoint, from a standpoint of I've seen this chart for the past 10 years. And the concern that I have is that there is a lot of big promises that are coming out, and some of them are getting done, right? We did lower the interest rate, but the thing is, we hyped up that interest rate drop. Like, there's a saying in stocks, and again, this is just a saying. This is not financial advice, but the saying is, buy the rumor, sell the news. So a lot of people will think that after these events happen, prices will go in a certain direction. And this is actually the opposite, right? Because I told you guys, these big whales, these big institutions, they're actually not your friend. They hate you. They want you poor, and they don't want you to eat any food. So that's why they will tell you, oh, Bitcoin's going to 1 million, da da da. They want you to put all your money. They want you to over leverage. And I'm here to tell you, you can win in cryptocurrency if you don't do that. If you don't over leverage, if you don't do the stupid newbie things, guys, one day it will register with somebody that what I'm saying is for your, like, for you. It's not for me. It's not for anything else. It's because I want you to have skin in the game. And this is a volatile market. And there's so many people lying about it. I even made a post on X. I said, they're lying to you. Straight up. I said, they're lying to you. All these people that are bullish right now, all these people, see, look, they're lying to you. November 12th. I've been talking about this. Been talking about this. My exact price target. I put a target right here. Why? You saw in the video. I told you 102. 102. I said it on October 29th, and I said on the 11th, boom, we hit 102. And now guess what? It's the 14th, and we hit 96. And guess what? There's a chance that we might see some more sell-off because, again, this is happening going into the weekend. And so I'm just a little bit concerned, but then at the same time, I'm not very concerned at all because there's a lot of indicators that show that we haven't found a top to our cycle, and there's a lot of indicators also that are showing that we might be pretty close to a bottom. Now, will we still have a bullish Q4 is the question, right? We're already about halfway through November. Can we start picking up by Thanksgiving even? I mean, Bitcoin could really be at 100K, and I'm not trying to now FOMO you, but Bitcoin can really shoot right back up to 100K. That's exactly how volatile this marketplace is. We see that Bitcoin is oversold now. We're seeing that the fear greed index is starting to look reasonable. Like I told you guys, I do not like when the market sentiment is going crazy. I don't like when all your favorite YouTubers are saying that things are going to go to a billion and everything's going to a million X. I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. When you start being a crypto more, you're not going to like that. You're going to be like, oh God, bro. And you're going to see how wildly not responsible that is. It really irks me. And I say it in every video, and I try not to call people out on certain things, but like, bro, people, when that massive liquidation happened, people literally like stopped being alive. And that is a reality of this market. And that's why I take into careful consideration the things that I say, because I don't want you guys to make bad decisions. Again, I'm not giving you any financial advice. You do what you want with your money. I'm just here to tell you the risks of kind of what can possibly happen, as well as just to give you my views as somebody who's been in this market for a long time. You could really capitalize off of the knowledge that I have. I don't want you guys to go out and make the same mistakes that I made. A lot of you guys already have made those mistakes. A lot of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, because even as veteran traders, we have a lot of people, by the way, that watch this channel that have been trading for 10, 15, 20 plus years. Just so you guys know that we got people of every level on the economic scale. We got people that don't have a lot of money, and I got people that watch me that are millionaires. So again, they've been doing this for a long time. They know exactly what I'm talking about the rookie mistakes. And honestly, the fact that I see so many people on YouTube making rookie mistakes is why I'm so passionate about teaching people how this space actually moves, because a lot of people don't know, and then they'll turn on the camera and act like they know, and then they don't know. And it's very apparent once you see kind of how things play out, and then these people disappear. And I'm not trying to be somebody that disappears. I'm not trying to be somebody that says one thing and then goes the opposite way. Like, I try to give you guys an unbiased opinion of what can happen either way. I try to give you also the goods and the bads, right? We covered a lot of things in this video. I told you every bullish indicator, right? Our bullish indicators right now is our RSI and our fear greed index. And I showed you all the indicators that are showing that we might see another breakdown, which again, there's a good amount of things that are showing that we need to see a breakdown in this situation. Honestly, I do think that it's more likely that we do see a little bit more sell-off, just because again, it's the weekend, the trend is going down, and there's a couple of bear indicators on a couple of different charts, more things that are pointing down than up. But again, that's because we're in a downtrend, so things can always turn around. But I try to look for more bullish confirmations. I told you guys even what my level of confirmation would be, right? I told you 100K, right? Well, guess what, guys? I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to stick to everything that I've been saying for months. I'm not giving you any financial advice. Good to see how right I am. A lot of people like to try to bet against me. That's fine. We can make a little gentleman's bet on the side if you think that the market is going to go ham from right now. I mean, again, there's a chance, right? I told you guys every bullish indicator, the things that can happen, and then there's some indicators that things could go down. I told you guys my stance. If you want to try to bet against me, I love it. I welcome it. Again, I've been talking about this stuff every single day, and if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Can I be wrong? Yeah, I can be wrong. But I will say this, I did call this exact level of support. We talked about every time when Bitcoin has been moving. I told you every time where it was looking good, and every time where I was concerned. I even told you guys maybe 2 or 3 months ago that at 96 I would be concerned. This is where we are today. So I just want that to set in with you guys, that I am a little bit concerned about the market, but then also at the same time, I don't think we've seen a blow off top yet. I don't think that we've seen a market top. This is just me being totally transparent about everything that I see. That's all I've ever done on this channel, is just give you guys my honest opinion and my experience in the market and what I think based off of prior cycles. The longer you're in this game, the more experience you're going to have and the more cycles you go through, the more you'll kind of understand the psychology behind this stuff, because there is a psychology behind this stuff. As a matter of fact, I would say that this is almost all psychology. These charts are literally human psychology. Happens normally when this happens. What happens normally when that happens? You're looking for patterns and stuff like that. And for the untrained eye, if you're not knowing what you're doing, if you're sitting on a 15-minute chart, a 30-minute chart, and stuff like that, you might believe that guy who's telling you, hey, this is all the market's gonna go crazy tomorrow. This is why I would get so much fallout, bro, for when people would be like, oh, the coin's gonna go up 300% tomorrow. And then I would be like, no, it's not. You're dumb and lying. And then people would be mad at me. And to me, I'm like, what? And then we had the biggest liquidation of all time. And then all of a sudden, I think people started to understand, like, hey, people lose their lives in this market. It's not a game. It's not a joke. And people are really playing with too much money. I was telling you guys for a long time, especially when Bitcoin was over a six-figure Bitcoin, that if you're heavy in the market right now, that it might not be the best time to be extremely heavy in the market right now. We could still go up, but there's a chance we break down. When we were moving sideways, I told you guys, hey guys, the price is moving sideways. Sideways movement means lack of demand. These are all things that I said. And again, this is why exactly I wanted to reshare those things on X. And it's not to say like, oh, I told you so, like I was right, ha ha ha. It's again so that you're not surprised if anything happens in the market, or if there's a big sell-off, similar honestly to the sell-off that we've already seen. We've already seen the biggest liquidation in cryptocurrency history. And I'm here to tell you right now that on this 1 year chart, if we break any further down, we're going to drop down a lot. We're going to drop down from like 96 to like 80K, and people are going to freak out. People are going to be doing exactly what they were doing before. And, hopefully if that does happen, this video will save somebody's life, because again, it's not worth it to make permanent decisions based off of a temporary market. I don't think the cycle's even over. And I really feel for those people that were so, I don't want to say this. I feel for those people that were over leveraged in the market and decided to make a rash decision, because that, I don't know. That's just very sad, because again, I try to say in every video that that's not how this works. Please, guys, please, 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 do not get into cryptocurrency and over leverage and think you're going to get rich tomorrow. Please don't do this. Please don't watch somebody that tells you that the coin is going to go up 300% tomorrow. Some of you guys still watch those channels, and I don't know what you get out of it. If you're looking for some hopium, if you're looking for like an unrealistic point of view that will make you feel good, I guess. But I think what would make me feel good would be to actually learn this stuff, and to actually be able to make a educated guess on what's going to happen in the market, versus just watching some guy who like literally this is an idiot. Honestly, like some of these guys, they're just they don't care about people. Like probably my biggest fault, honestly guys, is that I care too much about the people. Because if you think about it, if I just cared about views and I just cared about my channel, wouldn't I just be telling you guys everything that you want to hear? Like, why am I being so real with you? Is because I don't want you to make a mistake. I don't want you to do the things that I've done and waste time in your life. I don't want you guys to go off and hit your head. If I've already banged mine a million times, I've banged my head a million times in this market. That's how I became Crypto J. That's how I've done this. Guys, I have 3,500 videos on YouTube now talking about cryptocurrency every single day. You think I don't know this trend? Do you think that there's anybody really that knows this trend better than me? Honestly, to be honest with you, this is why I say that I only watch myself, and I only pay attention to the things that I'm thinking in my gut emotions, because I've been doing this long enough. And if you guys are patient enough, if you stick around this market, if you're not over leveraging, you will not liquidate your behind, and you will actually be in this market too in the next 5-10 years. That's the goal. The goal is marathon mentality. With Bitcoin, the goal is not sprint. This is not a sprint. I'm telling you, people come in here into this space and they see, oh, volatility. It's awesome because things go up very fast. You could make money so fast. Well, guess what? Things can go down very fast too. And it's not a place to come park all your money. I say this all the time. It's the dumbest thing you can do. The dumbest thing you can do is to put all your money into cryptocurrency. That is so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so irresponsible. And it's just not smart. It's not smart at all. Now, that being said, I am looking to take a position pretty soon. Again, I told you guys at 96, I was going to be taking positions. So I'm looking to take positions in this zone, and I'm looking to take positions just in case we drop a little bit lower. But at the same time, I don't think that the cycle's over. I think that things are going to go on. I'm not going to over leverage. I'm just looking to, again, dollar cost average when I see Bitcoin cheap. And right now, Bitcoin is in that cheap zone. As a matter of fact, I would say probably I'm looking to dollar cost average every time that our fear green index is entering in this orange. If I'm lucky enough to catch this in the red zone, I'm definitely trying to get more as much as possible, right? You could see maybe we have a bounce down here off of some of these lower levels of this fear greed index, and we can start seeing our market recover. Anything can happen, guys. I just want you to really pay attention to all of the possibilities, because again, anything can happen. So I want to know what you guys think will happen though. Anybody think that I'm wrong? Let me know in the comment section. If you guys think that I gave a good TA, also let me know. If you think I gave a bad TA, also let me know. Let me know how I'm doing in these videos. All the engagement helps, especially since I haven't been making as much content. So I appreciate all you guys, and I'll catch you next video. Peace.